Hello beautiful people, my name is Taiwo and you're welcome back to my channel today, Easy Sewing with Tyke. On the channel today is a detailed beginner friendly tutorial on how to make a short with an elastic waistband from start to finish. So if this is your first time of coming across the channel, you're welcome. Thank you for stopping by. It's good to have you here. And to all my returning subscribers, thank you all so much. Please ensure that you subscribe and like this video. Please, it is important. Also put on the notification bell to get notified when I post new videos. Thank you. Now let's get started. So my fabric is on fold, and from that chalked line I'll go ahead and I'll come down by 2 inches, then I would roll it across. This is for my elastic casing, so I'll be using a big elastic. That's why I'm using 2 inch. But if you are using the small elastic, then you can use 1.5 inch. But I'll be coming down by 2 inches and I'll be rolling it across. Here now is my waistline. Here is my start point. So I'll be having something like this. This would be for the elastic casing. This is the waistline. This is the waistline I'm starting for. Now I will start putting my vertical measurements. The first being the waist to the hip. Notice that where I'm putting my tape measure, I'm putting it on the waistline. So I'll be measuring the waist to the hip, and in this case it is 8 inches. I'll go ahead and roll it across. Then the waist to the crotch. So the crotch that I'm working with today is 11. So you can go ahead and take your crotch measurement using the pictorial illustration you can see on your screen, or you can divide your hip measurement by 4. My hip, the hip I'm working with today is 43. 43 divided by 4 is 10.75. I'll approximate it to 11. And now the next vertical measurement is the full length of the short, which is 17. So I'll go ahead and measure 17 and roll it across as well. I'll be adding 1 inch allowance to the hem. I'll just be turning in it by 1 inch. It's okay. That's fine. So you can see that all my measurement is starting from here and not from here. It's starting from here because this is just an elastic casing. Now it's time to start imputing the horizontal measurement, and the first one we'll be imputing now is the hip measurement. So I'll go ahead and divide the hip measurement by 4. Remember I said 43 divided by 4 is 10.75. I'll put that on the hip line, then I'll go ahead and put it on the crotch depth also, and I'll go ahead and put it on the waistline as well. Then I'm going to rule a straight line to connect it like so. The next thing I'm supposed to do now is to put in my waist measurement, but since this is an elastic short, it has elastic all around, I will not be putting my waist measurement because the elastic would gather it at the waist. So the next thing I want to do now is to divide the thigh measurement by 2. The thigh measurement I'm working with is 28. 28 divided by 2 is 14. I'll go ahead and put it here. And I'll be adding 1/2 inch. So I'll go ahead and do that. The next thing to do now is come up by 1 inch here and 1 inch like that, so as to have my curve. I'll go ahead and extend it all the way to this place. And I have 14.5 here. I'll just go ahead and subtract 1 inch from what I have there at the end. Then I'll connect it like so and cut it out. So I'll be using the front piece to cut out the back with some little alteration. So the center back is usually longer than the center front because of the bum, but the side back and the side front is usually the same. So here is what you want to do. Just come up by 1.5. Come up by 1.5 and just connect it, slant it all the way to the sides. The sides is equal. The sides is usually equal. It's only the center back that is higher than the center front. Okay, so after that you want to extend the crotch line like so, and then go ahead and divide your hip measurement by 20 to get your crotch extension. So the hip we're working with today is 43 divided by 20 is 2.15. So I'll be using 2.2. After which I'll go ahead and mark 2 inches all the way at the side and connect it. Now this 2 inches is for sewing and for ease allowance. Also at the crotch, I'll go ahead and add 2 inches allowance all the way like so and connect it. So it is the crotch extension that is different. If yours is 2 or 3 depending on the hip, you go ahead and put it there and add 2 inches allowance at the crotch and at the side that way. So now I'll go ahead and cut it out. Now remember to divide it at the side. That way if your fabric is on fold like mine was on fold, remember to divide it at the side. Now it's time to move to the sewing machine. So I'll start by joining the two front pieces together at the crotch area that way using 1/2 inch, and I'll also do the same for the back piece. Now the next thing to do is to place the front piece on the back piece like this, making sure that the right side are facing each other because we'll be sewing on the wrong side, and I'll go ahead and sew it by 1/2 inch. So because my shorts would not be having a pocket, you can go ahead and do this, but if yours will be having a pocket, you want to fix your pocket first before sewing it at the side. Link to how to fix your pocket will be available in the description box. Now that the sides have been joined together, the next thing I'll be doing is to fold the hem of the short. Remember, I added just 1 inch to the hem, so I'll go ahead and fold it this way and hem it all the way. And now the next thing to do now is to sew it at the inseam. Make sure that the crotch line of the front and the back match up that way. So I'll go ahead and sew it by 1/2 inch all the way. Now it's time to fold in the elastic casing. Now because the back is not straight because of that slant, it's usually tricky for most people, including myself, to sew the elastic casing. But this is what I do. This is how I achieve a neat elastic casing. So the first thing you want to do is to fold in 1/2 inch. So you can go ahead and use an iron for this. You can use basting stitches, or you can go ahead and sew it. I'll go ahead and sew mine. I'll just be sewing 1/2 inch first. That's the first step. Now the next thing to do now is to fold 1 1/2. Remember, we left 2 inches for the elastic casing, and we have gone ahead to fold in 1/2 inch. We are left with 1 1/2. So you want to go ahead and fold 1 1/2 inch that way, starting from the side front all the way to the front, then all the way to the back. You know, the front is easy because it is straight. It's only the back that is a bit tricky. So you want to go ahead and fold 1 1/2 that way and sew it over at the tip. Again, you can use basting stitches to sew this, but it doesn't really matter since that place will be gathered. It will be ruffled at the end of the day when we add our elastic. So you just want to go ahead and measure your 1 1/2 this like so and sew it all the way. Trust me, when you do it like this, the elastic casing will come out really nice regardless of the slant at the back. Now see how beautiful and neat it looks. So the next thing to do now is to just stitch it down, leaving 2 inches for the elastic opening. That's where we'll pass in the elastic. So you do not want to sew it all the way. Leave at least 2 inches to pass in the elastic. So this is it. This is what we have. You can see how neat it is. The next thing to do now is to cut out the elastic and pass it through the elastic casing. So I've started inserting the elastic. So the measurement of the elastic is my waist measurement -1 because I'm still going to join the elastic at the edge with 1 inch. That means I will have subtracted 2 inches in total from my total waist measurement. I did not want it too tight at the waist. So after passing in the elastic, you would have this. So you just go ahead and sew it by 1/2 inch. This is just to secure it. You can sew it as many times as possible till you are sure that the elastic is totally and completely secured. So after securing the elastic that way, the next thing to do is to ease it in and close off the opening, and that is it. Voila, the short is ready. It's ready to be worn and worn. That will be all for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying to the end. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that you gained value from it. I hope that you learned 1 or 2 things. If your answer to all of this is yes, then please like this video, share it, leave a comment for me, engage, let me know what you think, okay? And you can also connect with me on my Instagram page at @tyke_tyke. And if you're yet to subscribe, please do not leave without doing so. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye.